Okay, all right. I never asked that before. All right, hey guys, how are you? It is Monday night. This is our Royal Republic team call. We have this call each and every Monday night. So for those of you guys that are new, I welcome you guys to this call. Our calls are different all the time. We have different leaders that come on and do different topics for us. And we are graced by a coach named Megan Giese, who is on Royal Republic and totally killing it with her business. And so I asked her to come on and to share with all of us tonight, you know, how she's growing her business so quickly, how she's able to, you know, have so many Success Club points, and just she has a super busy life and a full-time job. And I know that that is something that many of us, when we're starting, like, you wonder, how can you make this work when you have a full-time job, when you have a lot of responsibilities? So I'm really, 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 really grateful that you are here with us tonight, Megan. Thanks so much for jumping on and spending the time with us. A couple things that I want to talk to you guys about before we get going. Number one is the Team Cup. I am really, really excited about the Team Cup, and I really think that every single coach should be on a Team Cup. I don't care if you just started this business. If you guys are on this call, it's because you want to have your business grow. And I know that sometimes as a new coach, you know, it's scary to join things, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I felt the exact same way when I started as a new coach. I remember Melanie asking me to be on her team, and I just really didn't know if I was ready to be kind of pushed outside my comfort zone when I first started. But let me tell you that set the stage for my business to grow. So we had a Team Cup. It was in February. I had signed up as a coach in January. And that momentum caused my business to become a diamond coach a month and a half later. So I really, really encourage you guys all to get on a Team Cup. If you're not sure what the Team Cup is all about, you guys can go to, and this is where it might probably shut me out here. So let me just see if I can switch to this and look at this. But it is called teambeachbodycup.com, where you guys can read all about the rules, how you get involved. There are 5 coaches on a team. So there's 5 coaches. There can only be 1 diamond coach per team, but that doesn't mean that you can't have teams without diamonds on them. It's going to run from February 1st to the 28th. And it's just a really fun way to just help other people, get involved, meet other people like in the team, come up with different groups that you might want to run, different strategies, on how you can really bump up your business within the month of February. So don't feel like, you know, you don't really know what you're doing, because a lot of us don't know what we're doing, and a lot of people don't know what they're doing for probably a good 6 months in their business. So give yourself some grace on that one. There's some really great prizes that you guys can look at too. They're giving away different sleeveless Shakeology hoodies. There's a cooler bag. There is a Beachbody Bluetooth speaker. And then there also is some big prizes, such as a trip out to California for the top winner. And they're also giving away Apple TVs as well. So some really big, awesome prizes just for you being rewarded to grow your business. In case you guys don't know, I did a post about this today because I never got prizes when I worked as a nurse, ever. I would get, at Christmas time, we got a holiday brunch or something, and that was our only a reward that we ever got, and we worked our butts off. So I love that, you know, just for working our businesses, we have this amazing opportunity to win prizes and trips and all this awesome stuff. I'm really motivated by that kind of things. So I was thinking what we could do is we could have a competition also within our team. I think that would be really fun too, and then come up with some sweet prizes. So just kind of thought about this today, how awesome it would be if we had our own mini cup team challenge within our team, and have little weekly things that we could hit, and just made it really fun. And then I am going to come up with some prizes, so I'll come up with that tomorrow and show you guys what those are. In case you guys don't know, kind of moving on here, that we are doing bingo. So we had 2 people on Friday submit their bingo cards. I will announce tonight. I'll have my daughter pull one on that. So what we'll do is I was thinking we could do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I think what we'll do is Monday and Friday. So whenever you hit bingo, also know that your name does not come out of the pot. So, for example, in Royal Republic, we had Marcy and we had Megan that both showed that they had hit bingo on Friday, and so their names will continue to go into the pot. And for the big prize at the end, which is going to be that Apple Watch wristband that you can hook up to your computer. It attaches to BOD. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's awesome. I got one for Christmas, and it tells me like how many calories I'm burning according to what program, and it stores all that information for me. So I know most of us have BOD, and it's something that you guys can do along with that, okay? So those are the two things that I kind of want to talk about with that. Also, you guys, if you are a 5,000 SC earner, you guys should be having your registration coming to you. I know that they've been sending those out. They're going basically, not all 5,000 are going to get their emails at once. They'll kind of have it tiered based on like who people are accepting, but I know that people are getting off the list. I'm talking to coaches that are daily getting off the list and able to sign up to come with us. So that's so awesome. We'll all be in Punta Cana together, and I'm really excited about that. As you guys know, for 2018, they had the registration that went out already to register for next year's trip, but understand that there are going to be a lot of spots available, and it's going to be based off of Success Club points from this year on if you get off the wait list. And as you guys can see, a lot of people are getting off the wait list. In fact, some of the coaches that I talked to were even surprised that they were getting off the wait list. So the biggest thing that you guys can do for your business is focus on hitting Success Club no matter what. It is the lifeline of your business, and I don't want you to take that lightly at all. I really consider the people that I work with, people that are doing the minimum, and that is hitting Success Club in their businesses. You guys have all the tools that you ever would need to succeed and more within this business. The last thing I want to tell you guys about is the team training site is up. I know many of you guys have been using it. We are getting to approve people that request to join the site like twice a day. Either my assistant or I are going in there and approving people. So just understand that as you guys are sponsoring new coaches, just let them know that, you know, somebody's looking at it, but it's not like an instantaneous thing, because I am having my assistant and myself go through our downline to see, you know, if these people are actually on our team or not. So understand that there's kind of that process within there. But if you are an older coach and you're sending coaches to that site and giving them the process, if you would do yourself a favor and go through it as well, so you understand what is in there and exactly what the direction is, and what we're taking it and what we're taking. So it gives you a little bit of a better understanding. I firmly believe in using a tool, because it's the only way that everybody's going to get trained the exact same way, which is just really important, that everybody gets trained the exact same way. And then if you're a brand new coach, you can bring somebody in and give them the site, which will help train them. Okay, so I think that is it as far as my announcements go. Oh wait, no, where'd you guys all go? See, it like blocks everybody. I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, I will start a thread. For the Team Cup, one more thing. I'm going to start a Google document. So for people that need a team, look for it tonight after I get my kids to bed. There'll be a Google Doc. Put your name in there, put whatever your rank is on there, and we'll make sure that you guys get on a team. Okay. Also, if you need a team, if you need more people on a team, we can start another thread for that and start matching people up so we can try to get amount of teams. And then once we have all the teams listed, then on February 1st, we can start our own Team Cup, and I'm really excited about that. The last thing that I kind of talking about this, the last thing I want to talk about is this as well. And I want to bring this and announce this to the entire team, because I think that it's important that we get feedback from everybody, especially those of you that have been a part of the team, have been on some of the diamond retreats and stuff like that we've put together in the past. We have been given the opportunity to do a retreat again this year with all of the Dream Team, and going to Orlando, going to the convention center there, putting something on. And from what my understanding was in the past, that you guys really enjoyed doing things together as a team versus the bigger groups. Now, I am going to ask you to help me decide on that, because I am up for doing either. I want to do what's going to benefit our team the most, and which you guys think is the most fun and the most beneficial. I know that the last retreat, people felt that it was a little bit too structured and they really didn't get to spend time on the beach. And you guys know that's my kind of girls. We liked our beach, so I think that it kind of cut it in the beach time, and people really, really wanted that. So obviously, if you're being rewarded because of your hard work and for the success of your business, I want to make sure that, you know, the trip is catered around to us and our needs. So, all right, Megan, I'm so sorry for cutting into your time, my love. I'm going to turn it on over to you, and then I'll mute myself. And then at the end of the call, we'll have some time for some question and answer. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Take it away, girl.
All right. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. My name is Megan Giese, and I am currently a diamond coach and pushing for 1-star qualifying. And I have a couple weeks left, so just trying to build my team and kind of working through that. For those of you that don't know me, you know, I kind of started coaching just kind of like everybody else. So I actually started as a challenger. And then in the challenge group, I posted a lot. I did all the daily posts. My coach actually reached out to me to start coaching, and the first thing I said was no. How many of us have done that? So I thought to myself, like, I don't know if I could inspire anybody. I don't know if I could help anybody else. And so, I don't know, 3 months had went by, and then I got asked again to coach, and that time I just completely jumped all in. I went all for it. And like I said, from then on, I've basically just been trying to build myself, build a team, and just kind of, you know, help as many people as I can. And so I do struggle from hypothyroidism, which is part of my niche that I talk to as part of my group. I was in a slight depression mode before I started coaching and before I was a challenger, just because of the fact that with hypothyroidism, if you have it, you know what you struggle with. You know, you're super tired and really sluggish, and you just really can't do a ton, you know, because you just don't have the energy and things. And so, you know, working out in Shakeology has completely changed my life. And, you know, at that time, before I started coaching and whatnot, my husband and I actually, like, we were getting married, and then we had been married for a couple months, and we were actually struggling a little bit relationship-wise, just because I couldn't fully love myself. And then for him to want to love me back, it was such a struggle between the two of us. And so, you know, just from that, I've just become so much stronger physically, mentally. And I think our relationship, you know, has really grown from there as well. And I would like to think of myself as, you know, energetic and, you know, positive. And so I feel like my life has, you know, completely done, you know, 180. So that's been amazing for me. I was trying to gather things and writing things down to try to help everybody understand or share what I do to convert people into challengers or people into customers or coaches. And I was writing all this stuff down, and I like went through it all, and I just thought to myself, like, they know all this stuff already. Like they have all these tools, they have everything. And so like the first thing I was thinking was there's really no secret to it. But the thing is, you find what you do well and you do that. Like, what do you do well? And you just rock the crap out of that. Like, you just do that. Like, that's your job. And so one thing that I do really well is I talk really well, and I can carry on a conversation with people. I can meet new people, and by the time I leave, like, we're best friends. I'm very just open and personal. And I think one thing that's truly helped me, you guys, is just listening to them. So often we just look at them, you know, maybe as Success Club points, or maybe as a rank advancement, or maybe as money in your account. But if you really truly just listen, I've been catching myself just skimming through the bottom of somebody's message. And I thought to myself, like, you know, how rude is that? What if somebody did that to you? And so I actually go back and I read through messages twice now before I respond, just so I can really tell that I'm truly listening to them and I truly understand what they're coming to me for. Instead of trying to shove like a challenge pack down their throat or anything like that, just really listening to them. I did have a couple people reach out to me. They just mentioned when I was talking to them, they could tell through my voice, through a text message or through a Facebook message, they could tell that I cared. They could tell that I wanted to know more about their life, that I was passionate about what they were talking about. You know, don't just ignore them or be short with them because they don't want a challenge pack. Like, you guys, you can help so many people by not just selling challenge packs. And so just, you know, I know most of us on here, or all of us on here, you know, care about people, like truly care about them, but actually like having them feel that, because, you know, so often sometimes people miss that point because we're so worried about Success Club or, you know, getting that challenge pack or that commission or certain things like that. One thing that I tend to do is, instead of Facebook's role, I actually do a lot of, you know, liking and commenting on people who are not my challengers. So people who I've added to Facebook. So I, you know, go through there, I comment on their stuff. I have like a selective people for the week or something. And honestly, you guys, I kind of creep on them a little bit. And then I find something funny or find something silly, like on memes or like some sort of video. And I send it to them like, oh my God, I completely thought about you. And they're just like, oh my God, she took 5 seconds to send this to me. You know, I always send them personal messages. I always send, if they have me on Snapchat, like I always send silly Snapchats to them or just things like that. And then I always try to make sure that when I'm talking to them, everything I'm saying is, you know, it's more than just a challenge pack. Like I'm really there to help them, and I'm really there to share the opportunity with them. And I think just them seeing how much I've grown and how much I've changed in just a year has really helped with that process of it.
Caminando encima de tu cama. En mi cama. Cámate.
Sorry. That's me. Okay, good. Okay. Next thing, like something that we can do. There we go. Okay. Something that we can do, you know, as coaches and things, and I know you guys know this, but when people say post 3 to 5 times a day, I actually shoot for 7 to 9, which sounds incredibly crazy, but if you think about it, nobody sees every single post that you put on social media. The only ones that they see are the ones that people are liking and commenting and going back up to their news feed, unless somebody literally goes to your page and creeps you. Like they don't see every single post that you do. And so first starting out, my coach said, you know, post once a day. And then it was 1 to 3 times a day. And I thought, you know, why can't I post 5 times a day? Why can't I find 5 good quality things? And so share videos, share photos, share quotes, like share your life, just share silly things, share who you are. You know, the one thing that I have told my coaches is when you post on social media, you're building that trust with people. So whether they know you or they don't know you, you're building trust with them. And the one day you don't post on social media, you completely break their trust. Like they're looking for you every single day. There was a day last week I was sick and I had people texting me like, hey, are you okay? Like, is everything all right? Like, that's when you know you have a good following. And those people are not my challengers. They're not my coaches. Like, they were just people following me on social media. You know, so if you are looking to, you know, build connections or build relationships with people, use your social media. Like that's the fastest way for me to reach people. Be consistent. Don't just say it, but actually do it. Like be consistent. So many times people say, well, I'm consistently posting or I consistently work out. But then you hear them say like, oh, well, I didn't post on Saturday or I forgot to do my workout. I don't know, on Wednesday or something like that. Or, you know, there's just like little ins and outs. You know, be consistent and actually just focus on being consistent. Like find something that you can do every single day and just do that. You know, get results. There's no reason why you can't go to a 21-day program or 30-day program and get results. Like get those results and share them on social media. People want to see you from before to after. They want to see that transformation. You know, just make sure you're living through that change. Like I have to constantly say and go back to like when I first got married, or I have to go back to when I first started coaching, just to get people to realize that I haven't always been like that. I haven't always been positive, or I haven't always liked to work out. And always like be yourself, always be you. People know when you copy other people's posts. People know when you find something somebody else said and you like write it in the same way. People know when you're not speaking yourself through your posts. There's certain things that I say, like little phrases that I say or little things that I say that if it pops up on somebody else's page, people know that that's me. And that's what I've been working hard on, branding myself, because somebody, you know, asked me like, why you? There's, you know, thousands of Beachbody coaches. Why should somebody pick you? And at that time, I literally sat in my chair and I was like, I have no idea. Like, that's such a good question. And now I can honestly say to myself, like, I am consistent. I show up every single day. I don't just say it, I actually do it. I'm 100% loyal. I'm extremely honest, sometimes too honest. You know, like, I have all these qualities that I can finally write down that I couldn't before. And I think that's really helped, you know, connect with other people, because I do believe in myself. And I feel like I kind of struggled with that before. But one thing that kind of ruined me at the beginning, I still had hit Success Club, but I was struggling. I was like, you know, clawing to hit Success Club. Was I was constantly comparing myself to other people. I was going to their social media page and I was seeing how many times a day they posted. I was seeing what they posted, and I was trying to be better than them, which doesn't make any sense because it's your own journey. And so when I finally stopped doing that, I focused on myself, and you know, I kind of compared myself to myself, like, okay, well, what else can you post today? What more can you give to somebody else? And that's really kind of pushed me through my journey. A couple of things I always ask myself: do people know who you are? So do they know you're a mom? Do they know you're a coach? Do they know you're a teacher? Do they know who you are? Not just like, oh, I'm Megan Giese, I'm from Sanborn, Iowa. Do they actually know who you are? Do they know what you do? I've had so many people, you guys, message me and just say like, so do you like sell like the program or something? And I'm just like, haven't you seen my posts? Like, you know, so just like constantly reminding yourself that like, you know, people might not know what you're doing. They might not speak the Beachbody language. They might not know what a coach even does. And then the third thing is, why do you do it? Like, why do you do what you do? Why are you a coach? Why do you love it? If you're passionate, why are you passionate about it? So who you are, what you do, and then why you do it. So those are three things I always ask myself. If I struggle with what I'm going to post, I ask one of those questions and I kind of use that. I always treat my challengers, I treat my coaches like they're my family, like they legit are my tribe, like they are my jam, like they're my thing. And I promote that. I post about it. I shout them out. I have them, you know, step out of their boundaries. Like this last couple of weeks in my challenge groups, I've had them share their journey, share their transformation, and tag me. You guys, I had like 20 people just step out of their comfort zone because they trusted me. And that has helped me with other people, because they're like, oh my God, if she trusted you, like I'm so there, you know? And so that has helped me so much. You know, reading personal development, listening to it, whichever one that you guys do. I started tuning into Josh Coates actually last like September, October. And then I finally realized like what he was saying to me in November. And it's just been like climbing a mountain, but it's been awesome because he, you know, tells it like it is. He's so honest. He's so, you know, loyal to his customers, to his people, that it's kind of like resonated with me. And he just kept saying, like, people aren't just Success Club points. They're actually people. Like, you have to treat them like people. You have to connect with them. You have to know them. You have to take the time for them. And then a little phrase that he said was, do your damn job. And that's always stuck with me. Like, you're a Beachbody coach, you know, like, do your job. Show up, do your workout, you know, drink your Shakeology, post about it on social media, like, share your story, help people, build connections. Like, that's your job. So, and then the last little thing I have is kind of what's helped me get to where I am. And that is honestly surrounding myself with people that I inspire to be like. He said that, you know, with John Maxwell and things, he surrounded himself with people like that because that's who he wanted to be. He didn't want to be John Maxwell, but he wanted to be like him. And at first I was like, well, that's stupid because that's what I'm doing. I'm comparing myself to those people. But then I didn't understand that you can actually be inspired by people like that. And so when I first started coaching, like, I'll be honest, and you'll probably like turn me off right now, but I turned off every notification. I turned off every one of those team groups. I completely ignored everything except for my coach's team page. And that was all I was tuned in on. Like, I don't know. I was so jealous. I struggled so much. And I think it was just because I didn't understand the concept of being a part of something bigger than myself. And now I have every freaking notification on. Like, I get 100 notifications a day and I'm like all on it. I love it. I embrace it. I congratulate people when they are reconvening or adding new coaches. Like, I live through that. And I just feel like doing that and putting myself into the team and leaning in, like, has helped me so much because I don't know, before I just was so pulled back and I was so jealous and it was just the stupidest thing. And I think it was just because I was struggling myself. And now, you know, embracing that has really opened a lot of doors for me. And find somebody that you can talk to. Find like a success partner. Find somebody you can talk to, somebody who drives you, somebody who pushes you, who challenges you, someone who tells you what you don't want to hear. Like my success partner like pushes me beyond limits, like tells me like, just get over it, like press and release, like who cares, and like cusses at me and like says some stuff, and like I freaking love her. Like she just pushes me beyond limits. And after finding her and talking to her, I found like this new, I don't know, like thing underneath, and like she has brought me to where I am right now, and like I would not be here without her. And so find somebody who does that to you. Find somebody who lights a fire under your butt. Find somebody, you know, who supports you but also is loyal to you and actually tells you like, you know, what's actually happening, or, you know, tries to like pull you back and, you know, share things with you. And the last thing I have is like, first and foremost, like I honestly would not be here where I am today without my husband. He is literally my rock. Like I am on the computer a lot. I'm on my phone a lot. I'm on calls a lot, and he supports me 100%. Like he has watched probably all of his TV shows on our DVR. He's seen probably every single game since last October to now, but he supports me, and he knows that I'm in this, you know, I'm all in, and he needs to be all in too. And, you know, just having that support with not only from my husband, but my family and my friends, I think has really like pushed me to where I am today. So that's kind of all I have. But yeah.
I was like talking, and like, I think I'm still muted. That is so awesome. So let me ask you, what is your why for growing this business? What do you see? What's the vision for yourself?
Honestly, like for me, I want to empower people to live to their life to the fullest, and you know, in that process, inspiring them to, you know, jump out of their comfort zone, to just live their life, to just, you know, do what they can do. And honestly, you know, doing all this through encouraging them and helping them, you know, live their life differently, live their life, you know, how they never thought possible, because I lived under a rock before. Like it was awful. I hated my life, and I've been so inspired and so empowered. And now the fact that I can turn it around and share it to other people, to me, that's just a gift, and I'm not about to waste it. So.
Right. That's so awesome. You know, and I think that like, if you're a coach and you kind of catch the vision, or you've, you know, created some success in yourself and you can see it, like, I really feel like this is such a gift, you know? And so oftentimes, you know, as a newer coach, we don't really realize the gift that we've really been given, you know? So it's hard to invite to coaching, or it's hard to invite to the challenge group, because maybe you don't really experience yet. Or maybe you are one of those people that's kind of like hanging out on the outsides and you're not really leaning in, you know? I think that all really ties in together. But once you understand and once you catch that vision, you really understand like this is such a gift, and the amount of time that you invest in others and how you can really help impact the positivity, I mean, the health, the wellness, the financial freedom, I mean, everything in somebody's life. It's just really, really crazy that this is possible and that we can do it from home. And I love hearing stories like yours, because you're a newer coach. You know, you're somebody that came in, you said no, you know, so how many of us are on here right now and it's like that person said no? You know, I waited 6 months to sign up as a coach. You know, I saw what Mel was doing, and I waited 6 months to sign up as a coach before I went all in. Some of us come in through challenge groups, some of us come into coaching, right? And it doesn't matter really where you start, but it's a matter of what you're gonna do with it, right? And I think the most important thing that I wanted to point out is that it's the consistency in the little things. And if you guys haven't seen Megan's transformation yet, like, she has had some killer transformations with Beachbody's programs, and she literally just does the programs like we're supposed to do the programs, right? And so I know that everybody is always looking for like, what is that secret sauce? You know, what is it that makes one person more successful than the other person, or builds much faster? You know, it really is the vital behaviors, like on repeat. I do the same things that I did as a newer coach. I might do them on hyperdrive now and have more tools and more money to kind of reach bigger audiences. But besides that, like, I've got to post on social media. I have to be growing myself, right? If I'm going to attract more leaders, I got to be growing myself. I got to be putting myself out there and be really true about my story. And I've got to be in people's faces. You know, I've got to be really consistent so that when they are in a tough time and they say they want to stay home, like with their kids, like so many of my coaches do that reach out to me, that I'm the one that shows up in their newsfeed and not somebody else, you know? So but really it's just that consistency, right? Just that consistency over time. And I love how you really pointed on that, because we're all looking for something, you know, the next big training, the next big whatever. And it's just, you just need to be accountable to yourself and figure out why you're going to rock your goals. You know, why are you going to rock your business and show up as the best business owner, CEO that you possibly can do? Because nobody's going to run it for you, right? You got to find out what's going to motivate you to keep you going. And it's got to be something really deep. So that's why I asked what your, you know, what is your why? What is your sticking power? Because most of us that kind of go all in on this business, there's something there that like is our driving force, right? There's something that gets you to get up every single day that you are working towards. And it can just be, you know, it can be financial, and then it can be the fact that you want to help change people's lives. You know, you walk around on social media, you see the negativity, you see people struggling, you see people that you know could be healthier and have a better lifestyle, and you want to show them that that's possible, you know? And sometimes that's just a daily battle of what you do every single day in your business to inspire others. So it's just so awesome for all of you guys to be, you know, even just know people like that, and to think that, you know, there's 50 people right now on this call, and like 50 of you guys are the ones that want to rock out this world. You want to rock out your dreams. You're on here because you really want to inspire others to live a better life. Before Beachbody, I did not know 50 people like that, you guys. Like, I did not. It was like, what happy hour are we going to on Friday night? You know, I was not sitting at home with my, you know, water and building my dreams and building my empire, and realizing that, you know, there is more out there. And so the one thing I kind of want to leave you guys with tonight is to understand that there are people out there that don't know that this exists. There's people out there that they don't understand it. Like, kind of like Megan said, they don't understand. They have no idea what exactly that we do. They think that we just sell things, you know. They might think that, you know, it's some, I don't know, weird pyramid deal. You guys hear that all the time. But you guys know what the truth is, you know, and you know what this has done for your life and your business. And in our Emerald group today, I asked them, like, why do you believe in Beachbody? Why do you believe in Beachbody? Why is it so important? And so as advocates for your business, as advocates for what this has done for you, for knowing what other people and how this could really serve them, that's what we have to get bold about. You know, that is what we have to get really bold about, because if not, then more people are not going to get exposed to this and be able to have just even a positive community within their lives. So that's just, to me, is just such a great blessing for just 49 other cool people. Like, how awesome is that? Like, you guys want to talk about personal development and, you know, like goals and like dream boards, and like, that is so awesome that we have that for each other. So anyways, I love you guys so much. Let's open this up for questions for Megan. I will start reading in here if you guys have any questions for her. You can unmute yourself, Megan. Question. Okay. Did you follow a specific list to know which people you're going to like and engage with each day and week, i.e. Teamsy, spreadsheet? I'm experimenting with a few different methods, but I always love to hear what others are doing.
Yeah, I love Teamsy. I actually used it a while ago, and then I stopped using it because I got super lazy, and that was kind of when my business was kind of like at a plateau. And then I kind of reevaluated myself to try to figure out what I should be doing, because I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. I was doing the vital behaviors. I just was not tracking them. I was using Facebook Messenger, so you can slap me later, I promise. But like, I literally was using Facebook Messenger. I was using my brain, just like trying to remember. I had lists everywhere, which to me at the time seemed controlled. It seemed, I don't know, a good idea. But honestly, using Teamsy, and I still use my notebook. I was going to show you. I still track people, and I have like numbers and stuff with them. So I still have people that I'm trying to talk to. Every single week, I try to find 100 different people that I'm going to talk to, or get to know, or conversate with, or maybe I have been talking to them, but I'm trying to like kind of push them towards, you know, either signing up with a challenge pack. But I have my coaches do this too. I have them make a list of 100 people, and then I just tell them, you know, like, dive in, start conversations. So I do start with these 100 people, and then if I add people, I put them on my next 100 people in my next list. But I do also use Teamsy, just because it helps me organize everything. I can look and see that I've, you know, added my people. I've talked to them. I followed up with them. The one thing I'm really bad at is if I have a message, I message them back right away. I've gotten a lot better at just kind of like waiting a little bit, waiting until I have time to write it down or time to track it. Because I used to be so desperate. Like I used to feel desperate to like talk to people, to get them to sign up, that I feel like they were feeling that too. And I feel like that's why some of them ran away, because they were just like, oh my God, she's more desperate than I am. And so now it's, I let them, ask me, I let them talk, and then I kind of, I read through their messages a couple of times, and then I think what I'm going to say, and then I actually message them back. But it took me a while, and I had to talk through my coach with it and stuff too. Was I'm a teacher, and so I, send some stuff out in the morning, but I literally cannot get back to people until 4 o'clock unless I have, certain time frames. And it used to kill me to know that people were like sitting on my computer, like waiting for me. And, she had said something to me. She said, you know what, if they leave you within that short amount of time, then they weren't really, someone you wanted to work with anyways. And so that really stuck with me too. And so I do have people that, that I talk to when I get home, and they're like, hey, I know you're teaching, like, no problem. Thanks for getting back to me. Like, they just understand, they get it. But yeah, I do use a list. I use Teamsy a lot. I use notebooks. I have notebooks everywhere just to organize things, because sometimes you think of random people and you just, have to jot them down somewhere. But really finding what fits you best. I've heard lots of different coaches and what they do. And honestly, Teamsy and just writing things down for me has worked. Because as a teacher, I like to go back through and like highlight, and like if I have, if I sell a challenge pack with somebody or they sign up as a coach, I like going back and highlighting them and then flipping through, a month later and just seeing all of those people highlighted. So hope that helps a little bit. Any tips or tricks, words of advice on creating great posts? Honestly, with my posts, like I was sitting on a call, and I can't remember whose it was, but they literally were like, what sets you apart from all the other Beachbody coaches? And I had such an awful feeling, because I was like, oh my God, like nothing. I work out, I drink my Shakeology. Sweet, awesome. Like, what else do I do? What sets me apart? I haven't had this giant story. I haven't had an awful childhood. Like, I didn't have all this other stuff. And so, I thought to myself, why am I different than anyone else? And then it slowly hit me that every single day I show up. And I had a call with one of my coaches, and she was talking to me, and she almost like brought me to tears. She's like, your consistency, you showing up every single day, all of it's going to pay off for you. And at that time I was like, okay, like I started to believe in her, but like right now, you guys, like just staying consistent, figuring out what you're good at and posting about that. So I work out every single day. There's not one day I miss. I don't care if I'm vomiting or like don't feel good. I show up. I know it's insane, but that's me. Like, that's just who I am. And so when I post, I tell people what I'm thinking when I'm working out. I tell them how I feel when I get done working out. I was on a call last week, and they were talking about in your challenge groups, I think it was Mel, she said, in your challenge groups, you say like 21-day fix cardio. But on Facebook, you don't say that. You say like, oh my God, I just got my butt kicked by cardio. It was awesome. But at the same time, all of the stuff. So just share like how you feel, share what's going on. It was crazy when I posted a video of me doing push-ups on my knees. Like, people were like mind blown, because people just think like I'm this superwoman for some reason. And I'm like, you guys have no idea how much I struggle. But that was such a good thing for me, because I don't show that I struggle a lot. I do show that I'm, I'm consistent, because I feel like that's what people need from me. But then they also do need you to be vulnerable. They do need you to step out of your comfort zone. Share that you have stretch marks, share that you have like, I don't know, your stomach's not perfect. Share that you are still working on your body. Share different things, like you're not perfect, and just, I don't know, being vulnerable with them. But I don't know. One of the girls was asking me if I was an English teacher. I'm not. I'm actually a math teacher. I hate writing, but I love posting on my Facebook. I love blogging on there. So just sharing like my story and sharing that. So yeah, just being yourself. So why is it? Yeah, definitely consistency. So I agree. But
I have a question. Hi, Megan. How are you?
Good.
So thank you so much. This is awesome. I took a bunch of notes. But I wanted to ask you, so I feel like my team, the biggest thing they struggle with is inviting. And so I'll be honest, like I don't this is probably terrible, I should admit this, but I don't like private message invite. I just invite publicly. So my coaches are like, how should I invite? That's my biggest struggle in telling them how to invite, because I like to use attraction marketing. So as a newer coach building your business, do you do a lot of your inviting? I mean, probably numerous things like in Facebook or whatnot, but do you do private message inviting when you're reaching out to invite people, or do you do it through Facebook?
Yeah, so I actually watched your Diamond of the Day, and I heard you like talk about, or your video where you talked about you never actually sent out an invite, and I was like, what? Like, I would love to do that. Like, that's awesome. But, you know, it actually has changed a little bit for me just because of the fact that like when you post constantly, people see you and they reach out to you because, you know, they're sitting like on the edge right now. And the more you post, the more they're like, okay, like tell me about it. Like I had a coach tonight post, and somebody commented on the bottom like, okay, fine, I'm in. You know, like they just need that little shove. And so that's why when people say post 1 to 3 times, I'm like, no, like 5 to 7, 7 to 9, like find something good. Obviously, don't just post a bunch of crap. But so I do kind of publicly invite through like my challenge group, like post through my workouts. I constantly ask questions that drive people nuts where I'm like, why not you? Or like, you know, just ask questions that way. So I guess publicly I do, but I do also send a ton of like invites. I can't say that I sit down and like send out 20 invites in a night because I don't do that. I might have 20 conversations going and building. But I guess for like newer coaches, and kind of what I tell my coaches is just feel them out, like feel that connection with them. You know, always, you know, you're always leading with the end in mind. You want them to join your team. You want them to be all in. But you do have to listen to them and like hear their connections. And so I don't send out cold invites. I hate cold invites. I just think they're, you know, weird, and I'm sure everybody else does too. And so I honestly like connect with them. And then when they ask me like, what are you doing or how's your day? I'm like, oh my God, I feel freaking amazing. I just got done doing quarter force. Like I'm all up in the face about like my workouts or something. So, you know, like my invites are so informal that they're almost like close for me. Like they're almost like, I just have some people who just want me to tell them that I will be here for them every step of the way. Or, so I mean, like for newer coaches, just reach out and, you know, make connections with people and, you know, feel them, like feel that they, you know, are there on the edge waiting for you. Don't shove a bunch of information that they don't need. Don't, you know, like throw a bunch of dollar signs and stuff in their face. Like honestly, just ask them what they're looking for. Ask them about their goals. Like I'm sure most of you have heard that part, but yeah, I would love to just like post on social media and that would be it. And everyone would just like, you know, come, but like, I'm not there yet, which is okay. And so, yeah, I do build a lot of connections. When I first started, it was exhausting, but it's been paying off for me. And so, I mean, building that trust and building that connection. And, you know, if you help one person, that one person tells 10 other people, and now your market is growing without you even doing anything. So.
My other question is, thank you so much. My other question is, when you ask your challengers to do a shout out, is that like something you incorporate into your challenge groups? Do you message them privately?
Yeah. So I actually was talking to my success partner, and I was asking her, you know, like, hey, my challenge groups kind of suck. I don't feel like I'm giving them the experience they should get. I feel like there's just a daily post. I feel like it's just commenting on there, posting, you know, Facebook or posting their Shakeology and their workout. I'm like, it just is kind of dry. I don't like it. And she's like, have them do shout outs, have them post on their Facebook, have them, you know, share something on social media. And I was like, why did I not even like think about that? So I actually have like little posts, like today was Monday. So it was Motivation Monday. And I was like, share your, Facebook journey on, or share your journey on Facebook, because this is week 3 for us, or going into week 3. Like they've already, you know, have been through the first couple of weeks. Some of them have been with me longer. Just asking them to share that on social media. I always throw in prizes because everybody does things for prizes and it's fun. I actually did a Transformation Tuesday last week. I honestly just said, step out of your comfort zone. This is going to be the best experience that you've ever had. I had 20 girls post their transformation photos, and a couple of them had over 300 comments and likes and hearts and stuff. And like one girl messaged me and she's like, that was the best thing I've ever experienced. Thank you for having me do that. So I do just put that in my challenge group, and it's just a post. Some of my coaches are on here and they do it too. So it's not just our challengers, all of us do it. And I was listening to a call again. I know that's all I do. She was just saying that, you have to tell them what you want them to do because they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Like they know they post their Shakeology in their workout, but if you tell them to tag somebody and encourage them, they do that too, and so just, I don't know, letting them know what you want out of them. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was good stuff. I just want to add in there just for like a new coach. So if you're on this call and you're like, okay, great. Like she talks about like connecting with people, like what the heck does that mean? Like how am I connecting, whatever. You guys can look in any of our team pages, type in like the birthday party system. There's ways that'll show you exactly how to do that. Also just kind of paying attention to who is liking and commenting on your post and then reaching out and thanking them for giving you support. That's a really easy way to make connections. And I think that like often we talk about like inviting, and I really like think what Megan and Jack were talking about, like that connecting, like that's what it's all about. Like if you make small connections and you give more to other people, if you're more interested in them than being interesting, that's really where the big difference is, right? So people are going to watch your stuff by being super consistent, over posting, like Megan says, people are liking, they're comment, and instead of you just being like, great, your job is to be social and then reach out to all those people. So you could have 20 people that liked your post. That's 20 people that you can start a conversation with. So those are just really easy things for you guys to do. Like I said, birthday system, check that up because that's a whole other call that we could go over, but I just didn't want to leave you guys hanging going, okay, well, how do I do that? So it doesn't have to be like spammy, really, honestly, like give to other people and like thank them and like gratitude, right? It'll always come back to you guys. I think you have a couple more questions. We'll take a couple more and then we'll go. Okay, you mostly work off your like page. How do you get your traffic to your like page?
I actually work off my personal page. I have a like page. I do post everything on my like page. I schedule it out and stuff. So then when I get a second, I actually just copy and paste it to my personal page. I do run events, groups and things through my like page. I do share some things occasionally. I do videos. I'm really working on my Facebook. I was trying to do 3 things at once: Instagram, Facebook, like page, and I literally was spending my time doing that and not focusing on people. So I have been using Facebook, and then everything I post on my like page and my Facebook, sometimes I use different photos. I just word it differently or just little things here and there. But I actually work off my personal page. But my like page, I would say, you can run ads through it if you want to, if you're at that point, or, just posting on there and having your mom go through your Facebook and liking it. Because when she likes it, then her friends see it, or having your husband, that's his job. He goes through and he likes my stuff. So that way it pops up on his social media. So if you see that he likes everything, I always ask him if he reads it. Sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. But yeah, so I run a lot off my Facebook, my personal page. So okay, so there was a question about they have a hard time getting challengers to post their success on their page. I gave prizes. I give, gift cards or headbands or things like that. If they're not ready, they're not ready. But like I said, I've built that trust. I built that connection with them. Our challenge groups, I ask them questions almost every single day to get comments, to get people talking in there. There are, the groups you can use from, Team Beachbody. I use some of those, but then I reword them so it sounds like it's coming from me. Because if you post things on there, sometimes it doesn't even sound like it's coming from you, and your challengers can tell that, your customers can tell that. So I do reword most of them. It takes a little bit of time, but with the tracker app, it's nice because you can, post ahead of time so you have them for the week too. And then are you running on group or starting different groups every month or 2 weeks? We actually run 1 to 2 groups a month. Just because of the fact that if I get someone, let's say we're starting a group the 30th, if I have somebody who is ready the 6th or the 9th or something like that, I can't constantly run new groups every single week because I don't have enough. If I have enough, I'll run an extra group. But I put them in the group and I take the time to talk with them. I take the time to catch them up. I take the time to connect with them. I don't just throw people in challenge groups and then just say, see ya. Like I use the tracker app. I send out messages 2 to 3 times a week through the tracker app. I also check in with them on Snapchat. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. Like, these are my babies. Like, they are my family, and I treat them like that. So hopefully that helps. How do you determine who gets prizes? I tried the point system, and honestly, I was spending, like, one of my coaches was spending too much of her time on a notebook, keeping track and stuff. So honestly, I just, I have a post, and if they shared it on social media, they have to tag their coach. So obviously I know, and I keep track in my notebook, or they just comment done in our challenge group, just to keep track that way. If you go back and look at the calendar on the tracker app, it shows like the circles of people who've been consistent. And so like on Friday, you can see who's been consistent. Just check your participants, how many times they posted, and then we just do, you know, like little shout outs to people each week. So I love the tracker app. It like organizes my life. So it's been amazing. But yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Anybody have any other questions for Megan? Nope. Okay, so if you guys do have any other questions, I will post a little graphic, and you guys can ask questions while they're there, or just ask them in Royal Republic. If you guys have any questions, tag Megan. I will get this. So you guys know. So I am going to get this downloaded, and then it will be in the archive section on our team training site. So if you guys are looking for videos going forward, I'm going to be logging them on there as well. So you guys have one spot where you guys can be looking for videos. Okay. Just so you guys kind of know about that. So thank you so much, Megan, for joining us and sharing all of your tidbits with us. It was just really, really great to hear, and I think super refreshing that, you know, what we're teaching you guys is the truth. There's no like secrets behind anything, right? But I'm excited to watch your business this year. I know you got big things ahead, girl, and I'm just really, really excited for you and your entire team. So thanks so much for jumping on, and to everybody, thanks so much for jumping on, you guys. Look for the information for the Team Cup if you don't have a Team Cup yet. I will come up with some sweet swag tomorrow, so look for that as well. And oh my gosh, shoot, my kids are sleeping now, so I will just go ahead. So Megan and also, oh goodness, now I can't even think. Anyways, there was 2 of you guys that won for the giveaway already for bingo. So I will just get you guys, both of you guys, prizes, because Marcy, thanks, Hill. You got it. My brain is like gone now. Yeah, I'll just get you guys both prizes, and then we'll draw the next one on Friday. So we'll start a thread for that too. So get your bingo cards done. I'm excited for all of you guys. I'm really, really excited for all the things ahead. And then also look for the post about the trip, because I need to get something in order and get back to Mel about that. So that's it. Any other questions that you guys have about anything, let me know. Thanks so much for getting on. We love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.